Hello, welcome back to Rabbit and Steel. We're still on hard. I'm not exactly sure I have access to two places in Lunar. Maybe you just start with access to two places. Anyway, I like to play random when I have access to it. Although it could behoove me to actually try somebody, or like practice somebody I'm bad at, say mouse, where all my runs end. I think I'll do Druid today. Notably a class that doesn't directly increase her DPS through her defensive. It kind of does in a few ways, but I'll explain that. My primary is just this little ball that I shoot at my target. It does 120 damage with a 1.5 GCD. Actually, everything that the Druid has 1.5 GCD, so she's a little slow. Also, notably, it slows me down when I use it. See, I lose a bunch of movement speed. My secondary is a bit weird. It lasts 12 seconds. It puts an area around your target, and then every 2 seconds it deals 120 damage. And so there's the field there, and you'll see these little these little flowers will slowly hit the boss. This field is stationary, so it won't follow your target. So if your target moves, that's when you want to recast it. But there's no benefit to like recasting it all the time, and in fact, if you just hold the button, it just won't do damage at all because it's never actually hitting. So while that field's down, you want to be holding your primary, right? And that's where you get some of your DPS. And then to your special, you summon a butterfly. The butterfly just sits there, and then every few seconds, it shoots too. So it's very much like a turret or summoner class. And to keep your DPS up, you need to keep these different damage over time effects active all the time. All of your abilities slow you down pretty heavily. You can see, except Butterfly. So Butterfly is the one that doesn't, but everything else, very slow when you use it. And then finally your special, it makes you invulnerable. It makes allies invulnerable too, which is unique for it. And it gives you Flutter Step, which means movement speed and mobility are increased, and by mobility increased, it means that you don't get affected by slowdowns, I think. So if I do Flutter Step, see, now I can cast my primary and I don't slow down. So that's what I was saying before, is that it kind of increases your DPS in cases where using your attack would slow you down too much and you would get hit. If you use Flutter Step, then that's not a problem. So I guess it can like indirectly increase your DPS, but not really directly. Anyway, that's enough precursor. Let's do some Druid. Okay, stop moving. You only have to stop moving right when the timer's up. I like I didn't do there. I don't know why I'm insisting on moving around so much. Kind of stupid. Anyway, that's a decent DPS for a level 1 Druid. The longer the fight goes, the larger your DPS gets, because your DPS is really bad at the start because you have to spend a bunch of time putting down your things. She eventually has a sustained DPS, I would say, of like 230 or something at level 1, but you gotta get there. Alright. Max HP increase, movement speed increase, smaller hitbox. Special does poison, which is just 40 DPS on my special. Which that would have 100% uptime because my butterflies are just always out. So that's not bad in terms of DPS. This is like 25 DPS over 10 seconds. Not amazing. So it's 40 DPS for 5 seconds, and then it's none for 5 seconds until the cooldown's up, and you get 50 damage when it hits, and amortized over 10 seconds, that's 5 more damage, so... yeah, 25 DPS I don't think is amazing. This one resets when you move. Druid's a bit slow, except when she specials. I think I'll do poison on special. I think that's probably fine. I like to put the secondary in the middle in this fight, because that's where the wolf goes back to all the time. Yeah, I mean, that's typical for wolf, because again, Druid has a hard time with moving enemies. My special applies poison. It's when the special hits, right? It's not just... It's not when I press special. I pressed it, it doesn't do anything. It hits, it applies poison. Alright, great. Burn's not great. My special doesn't have like a huge amount of... So the way burn works is it just does the damage that you applied as an extra effect when the burn status wears off. So it scales on the amount of damage you did, and since my special is a multi-hit, it's not doing a lot of upfront damage, so burn's not great for me. Black Hole Charm, I only have one ability that has a higher than a 10-second cooldown, so that's not amazing. Primary is more powerful, but gains a cooldown. That's not great, because that's the only button I want to be pressing a lot of the time. Secondary damage. Every 8 seconds, using secondary will grant you a brief invulnerability and raise projectiles. Okay, or increase special damage. That's pretty good. I think I'm gonna go Garnet Staff. It makes my butterflies stronger, and maybe I can use my butterflies to not die sometimes. Yeah, it's like a second of invulnerability. It's like pressing your defensive. Nice. Okay. Alright. Not too bad, Druid. Pretty simple class. I thought I would simplify things for myself. More damage, but low range and doesn't slow. Secondary takes takes a shorter amount of time to do the damage. It does the damage over 6 seconds instead of 12 seconds, which means I have to press the secondary button more often. But it also means it's basically like it's more than doubling its DPS. I just have to press it more often. That's pretty annoying, but that might be the one I get. Right, exploding butterflies. It's fine. It like kind of works well with Garnet Staff. So basically I get 3 max uses per cooldown. So every 9 seconds I get 3 of them, so it has an effective cooldown of 3 seconds. They're also faster to lay. And each time I lay one of those, I'll be getting invulnerability. So maybe that's sick. And in fact, I can chain that where I have, because the GCD is less than the invulnerability time, I think. So that's just, I could hold B for 3 seconds in invulnerability, right? All right, let's see if that's how that works. I like this cooldown potion. All right, how does this work? Invulnerable, invulnerable, invulnerable. Yeah, I'm invulnerable that entire time if I just hold it. All right. And, like, theoretically, I could slightly delay it 0.2 seconds. Something like that. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. I don't know. Anyway, that's fun. Oops. I pressed my primary thinking, I would be able to use my special to go through the circle, but I had the wrong timing. Alright, that seems good. Can I put my secondary in the middle here and hit them both? Yeah, I can. It's pretty good. Alright. This seems pretty good. It's gonna make me play like an idiot, but it does seem good. This is really something, huh? Oh. I was a little slow there. It's gonna ignore the colors. It didn't quite work. Oh my god. It makes me play really reckless. I shouldn't rely on the invincibility. I should just use it when I need it, not when just to, I mean, to maximize DPS. It is kind of funny. I'm not going in that one. F it. Wow, okay, the cast time is a bit scary. It's the GCD thing, right? It's the global cooldown means I can't always have it when I want it. Like, if I just cast my primary, I have to wait a second and a half before I can press that butterfly. Like, boom, and then I have to wait a second and a half before the butterfly comes out. So it's not, I have, like, I'm using it like it's a defensive move that I can press whenever, but it's not. 30% chance to deal damage to all enemies when my secondary does damage is kind of interesting, because my secondary is kind of always doing damage. Passively. Well, every 2 seconds my secondary is doing damage. Maybe I can get an upgrade that makes my secondary hit more or hit more often. Cooldown resets when I gain a buff. That happens with Flutter Step, but that's about it. Invincibility is not a buff because it doesn't show a little buff indicator. Flash in? Okay, I think it's Darkstorm Knife. Stop moving. Almost missed it. It really encourages me to play really stupidly. I don't know why. It's just like I have so much invincibility. I'm like, I clearly need to use it. Yeah. The slow from my primary got me. I should have saved my butterflies. Just ignore them and be invincible forever. Oh, I'm supposed to stop moving. My bad. Damn it. Alright, watch out for the green circles on this one. Those are the killers. That's when I used my defensive so that I could put my secondary, or still shoot the frog while I was going through those. Damn it, that's stupid. I'm scared. Ugh. Why do I play like this? I can't help myself. Definitely not risk averse enough. Alright, what are we doing? See, that's bad because it makes our secondary hit less, which we do not want. And I'm not sure I want to switch off of these butterfly, since it gives me so much invincibility. 15% to gain a use every time I use an ability. It can hold 2. That's, I think, in general, a buff. And then it gives us Warcry, which means, I guess while we have 2 uses, we might as well use it. Okay. I can get behind that. A luck potion. Proc this more often. And potentially crit. Alright. Oh, they don't tell you that you start with a charge. Ah, I sucked. This weird debuff they put on you means you like are stuck on this weird half. It's not even a grid. It's just like every time you move, you have to go a specific distance. So it's just this really awkward thing. Alright, sure. Whatever you say. Oops. Alright, these guys. They, like, move. They're doing weird cleave patterns and moving. Basically, the trick there is to just follow the, Now, I want to put it in the center. I don't know why it doesn't let me. Here? Not too bad. The explosive butterflies aren't bad at, like, multi-target. Alright, when I erase projectiles in a radius, I gain counter for 3 seconds. Isn't that what this does? Okay. So I get counter every time I use a butterfly, which means my next butterfly does 50% more damage. And I have 2 uses of Warcry, which also does that. That sounds pretty good. Using defensive will reset loot and ability cooldowns with less than 8 seconds left. That's really only this. And primary, but special gets 4 seconds. No, it's this thing. So every time I use this now, I get counter. Yeah, every time I use butterfly, I get counter, and then every time I use defensive, I also get counter. Alright. Sick. Alright, this one's confusing. You have to remember which order it put down the cleaves. I'm casting those in the wrong order. I'm pretty sure the butterflies get the buffs that you had when you placed the butterflies, so I should be pressing Warcry first. And I should be putting down my secondary when Warcry's down too. Oh, that is an interaction with... Like, since all of her damage is, like, over time, there's, like, a nice interaction here where I can just use all my abilities when I have the buff for it, right? Like, I got all of that out. Well, it didn't hit it. It didn't hit him, unfortunately, but I did get it all out. Yeah, and so, like, me applying counter on the secondary is really good, too. Can I have, like, a counter Warcry secondary? Do my butterflies hit from here? They do not. Well, that's a problem. I think I have to... I think I have to place them on the right side when he's on the left side. Yeah, that's hitting. Okay. Awkward. And this round does not let you use defensive abilities, and it also... Well, apparently I can delete bullets. You just can't get invincibility. So, like, even though I was using Butterfly there, it wasn't giving me invincibility for it. Okay, we're gonna place all our butterflies here. Alright, they blew up on him. Her, sorry. Everyone's a girl in this game. Oh, I used the butterflies wrong. They're not gonna hit. It's pretty unfortunate. Alright. Not bad. Alright, so I want to use the butterfly now. Oh, I was on the wrong side. I'm a little confused in this one for obvious reasons. I don't know if that butterfly's actually gonna hit. Yeah, it's not. Alright, we got the spinny one. Uh-huh. Alright, this is a problem for me, I think, because I don't think I can hit them at all. Place it here. It kind of works. Kill the wolf. Not quite. Ugh. I wasn't fast enough. I didn't give myself enough room. Alright, place them all now. Alright. Not too bad. I think Wolf's probably the easiest for me, at least in hard. And this is with the suboptimal character that's, like, pretty bad against Wolf, because it's pretty bad against characters that move a lot. 40 damage and applies a powerful decay to all enemies for 10 seconds. Okay, I can get behind that. It lasts for, what, 12 seconds? So it's probably only applying the decay once. Because I think it doesn't shoot immediately. I think it shoots after 2 seconds. Yeah, so it's a net gain in, like, damage. It's hitting the same amount of times for Darkstorm Knife, so that's still fine. I think our cooldown for butterflies is probably short enough. Interesting. Makes it erase projectiles, but mine already does that because of this the Garnet Staff. Alright, let's do this Emerald Secondary. The one nice thing is that this doesn't place down a field anymore, it just hits everybody. So I don't have to worry about positioning. That's the other big buff I'm getting there. Funny enough, now my special is doing a ton of single hit damage, and so maybe like burn would have been good, but it's fine. Do we want any of these potions? Damage, harder to hit. Yeah, I'll take 2% damage. All right. Yikes. I guess the decay damage isn't affected by charge, really, so that is something of a downside of it. Like this counter I'm getting, it's only making the 40 damage 50% higher. It's not affecting the decay, right? But still seems cool. Oh, I got bound down here. My bad. Oops, we didn't want to get bound on this line. It's okay, we have so many invincibility moves. It's cool. That was not at all the right way to do that, but we made it work. Hey, we did this one right for once. That's incredible. I am not DPSing optimally at all, by the way. This build's super weird, and I have to really think about what order to press my buttons in. This is sort of bad, I think. It's fine, we have like 4 seconds of invincibility. Uh-huh. We're teleporting down and then right. And then up. This pattern again. Alright, not too bad. Cast Decay on the ball. Deals 50 damage to all enemies my primary or secondary is used. Or my abilities do 15%, 15 more damage. Loot does 50 more damage. So I only have one loot that does damage. 15 more damage tends to be good on multi-hit moves. Of which oh, this isn't multi-hit anymore. I misread this. So this is just 40 damage once, and then it does 100 decay. So yeah, it's proccing Darkstorm Knife way less than it used to. It's only proccing it when I cast it. Interesting. It's probably Sparrow Feather. It's like 50 more damage on my primary, which I use a decent amount of the time. Since Darkstorm Knife is getting procced less, Kanochi Hood isn't even that good, I think. Yeah, alright. Yeah. Right, and that's not part of the damage. That's just extra. That's just a different hit on everything when I press my primary. Alright. I don't think I'm doing this right. It's okay. It's fine. We should try to stop burning our defensive, though. I maybe made a mistake there. I would like off this line, please. Thank you. Oh, this is wrong. Yeah, okay, that hits instantly, too. Alright. So I'm supposed to be here. Yeah, okay, I get it. How many seconds of Warcry does that give me? Does it give me 8 seconds of Warcry? That seems long. Get all this damage off while this is happening. Time's not frozen for my butterflies and my debuffs. Alright, we're at the right spot already. Oh, it does make my defensive come up faster, too, that, like, second hit. Which is kind of nice. Teleport left. Nothing. Stay at the top and teleport left again. Alright, teleport left. Oh, I teleported into that. I see the problem. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. If I didn't have so much invincibility, I think I would have had a bad time, but... It's like 8 seconds of... It's better than Dancer's war cry. I guess it's not AoE. It doesn't hit the whole team. I think it... Wait, doesn't it? Maybe it doesn't. Bottom? Teleport? Locked? Alright, bottom. Teleport. Well, I didn't do that right. And then I get locked here. We're just gonna... Invincibility through that. Oh, we need to be over there, apparently? Ow. Okay, I shouldn't have tried to go over there. That was stupid of me. We're just gonna invincibility through this. That was almost a problem because I pressed my primary before I... Spinning down, teleporting right, spinning up. Spinning down, teleporting right. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we're just gonna hold B if that's okay. Alright, was that the third? Yeah, okay. We're at the Pale Keep. Great. Maybe defensive builds have been the way to go this whole time. Who would have thought? I don't know if I want to nerf the range of my primary. I guess everything else is close range, but it just means that if I'm not in range, I just do nothing. It doesn't slow my movement, though, which might help immensely, actually. Maybe I buy that upgrade. Ooh, actually, I do want to change this Decay into Lightning Ball so that I can proc Darkstorm Knife more. Because this hits 6 times again. Alright, we'll do that. Now we don't have enough money for that, so we'll just get our levels. Alright. Let's try that out. Plus it gets buffed by Warcry too, which is cool. We're really gonna kill him pretty fast, I think. And it's affected by counter again. Yeah, it was a good upgrade. Plus it hits all enemies, which means it gets 2 chances to proc that thing every time, right? Or, like, as many chances as there are enemies. Alright, solid. That's the wording on it, right? Yeah, when my secondary does damage. And it does damage to all enemies. Yeah. So that's, I think, a chance per enemy, right? Alright. Alright. Oh, there's a stop moving on me, by the way. We're just gonna stay invincible, if you don't mind. Alright, not too bad. These little bosses are pretty simple, usually. I don't know why. They like want to give you a break for beating the other stuff, which is hard. Oh, I didn't use my secondary, which is a bit of a mistake. Being a little inefficient with this. For some reason, I have like muscle memory to recast my secondary a lot, but I'm recasting it too often for how long it's out. All right. It's okay. We just have a massively variable DPS stat. Tidal Greatsword. So the way I understand this item is it gains, I think, 200 damage every 70 seconds for the first... This is incredible, though, so we'll probably get that, but... I think at when it's fully ramped up, it's doing 600 damage every 12 seconds, which is pretty decent DPS. Rock Dragon Mail I've taken before, and it usually gets me hit because I'm slow. Static Shock Earrings is incredible with my build because I have so many things that hit all the time. Like, we always have poison on them. Darkstorm Knife's doing stuff. Every time we press something, Sparrow Feather's hitting stuff. And this is hitting multiple things. It seems nuts. I don't really know how to calculate how much damage this is gonna do, but I think it's a lot. Alright. Wish me luck. I'm gonna try to really pay attention. I think I said that last time, but this time for real. Alright, first thing, we use our buff. I will not accept this. I'll show you, I'll show everyone. The viewer at home can try to keep track of how many times my static earrings are proccing. I can't. Alright, I think I'm supposed to be here. I'm at the wrong spot here. Spinning up. Spinning up. Spinning down. Pushing, we're fine here. Pushing, we're fine here. Pushing. Rotating down, we're fine here. Rotating up, we're fine here. Down. They didn't move the squares, so... I see. You're like supposed to go around the circle, I think, before the cleave hits, or like if it's on the left, if it's closer to the circle, then you're supposed to go around it, and if it's not, then you're supposed to wait for the cleave and then go around it. I don't know if anything I just said made sense, but it made sense to me, and that's the important person. I think I have close to 100% uptime on my Warcry, huh? Because of how many times I'm hitting? It's not quite 100%. We're fine here. Oh, no, we're not. I don't know. It doesn't feel like I'm really playing the game here. I feel like I'm cheating a bit. Okay, yeah. Ironically, I did not have my defensive up for that, and I had to use my butterflies, but I guess it worked out. We'll try not to make that mistake again. Save at least one defensive for the unblockable. Or not the undodgeable, I mean. Not unblockable, that would be pretty rough. Cleaving up and then down, and I need to be on the other side. Ah! Up then down. Down then up. Up then down. Up then down. Cleaving. Barely. Again, I made the same mistake. Uh-huh. Yeah, this defensive build is kind of nuts. It's not like winning any DPS records, but it is pretty simple. Alright, great. There you go, and I got a cute, like, purple and black druid. Great. Alright, there you go. That's how you win on hard. You draft Garnet Staff plus Ruby, Ruby Butterfly. That's the trick. I really wish they would keep track of DPS per item. That would be very helpful in you know, not in initially drafting things, but like in analyzing things in retrospect. Like, I'm not gonna go back in that video and like look how many times Static Shock Earring procced. But I think it's a significant amount because a lot of things are hitting a lot of times in this build. I guess it's not a ton of things are hitting a lot of times. It's mostly the debuffs. And this is hitting all the time too, I guess. Yeah. Anyway. That was fun. Thank you for watching.